up, guys? City Striker here, and this Saturday at UFC Note or UFC Mexico, Della Madalena is making his return. I'm just gonna call him Jack from now on because he's got quite a long name and kind of complicated to say it, so I'll just refer to him as Jack. But he's taking on Kevin Holland. He was supposed to fight in the July card. I think it was against Sean Brady, but Sean Brady pulled out and then some things happened and he ended up fighting. I think it was on July 15th or it might have been July 14th. But regardless, yeah, he took on this new guy who's making his debut, and this guy was a grappler and he took him down quite a lot. I thought Jack clearly won that fight. I don't know why it was a split decision, but it is what it is. So he's been having a lot of great UFC fights so far. Like before his last fight, all his fights are finishes, and I believe they were in the first round. Some of them didn't even add up to a whole round, which is crazy to say. But I like seeing this guy fight. Like, he's a great prospect in the welterweight division. And, he's got some really, really good hands. He's taking on Kevin Holland here. And this is going to be a pretty interesting challenge because Kevin Holland, former middleweight, he's got a lot of power in his hands. Very, very unorthodox striking. He's been working a lot on his grappling, and he's got great jiu-jitsu. And he's very, very tall, and he throws, like I said, awkward shots and awkward strikes. He's very, very weird, has a weird style. But I think that in this fight, I think Jack is going to win this fight. I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think he might get hurt in there. I don't think he's going to finish Kevin Holland. I think it's going to be a decision win. Because I think Kevin Holland is just too tough and too durable, maybe even for his own good. Like, this guy was taking full power, spinning wheel kicks to the face and even head kicks from one of the best kickers in the welterweight division, in Wonderboy. He was getting literally his ass kicked. And he was still standing, maybe that fight might have changed him a bit. Maybe he might not be able to take a shot the same way that he was before. Maybe that fight started to crack the chin and give the openings for him to get knocked out. But I don't think that Jack is gonna be able to finish him. Maybe I was gonna say maybe a submission, but I don't think this fight's gonna hit the ground because I don't think Jack's gonna grapple him. I don't think he's gonna be able to take him down. Kevin Holland's take down the fence in his last fight versus Michael Chiesa looked great, and he's clearly taking his career more seriously now. When he was at middleweight, he was all about being big mouth and this funny guy, this sort of meme fighter, and you can tell that he wasn't taking himself seriously, and a lot of people weren't either. It was pretty obvious, but now maybe he was taking it seriously, but not to the same extent that he's taking it now, because ever since he's come down to welterweight, first of all, you would think that his discipline has gone better because he's got to cut more weight. He's got to watch his food and watch what he's eating. So I think in the discipline factor, he's definitely gotten better, and you can tell the performance of his fights are getting better as well. In his last versus Santiago Ponzinibbio, he knocked him out with a left hook, which is not something we're used to seeing. I think it was a left hook. I think he dropped him with a left hook. But before, all you would see from Kevin Holland are these 1-2s or just some wild right hands, he's swinging from out of nowhere. Now he's starting to develop his striking skill set as well. He's not just doing just throwing the right hand. He's found the left hook and he's finding more shots and more openings. And although Kevin Holland has looked much better, I don't think he's gonna be able to beat someone like Jack Della Madalena. Okay, I don't know why I said his name there, but I don't think he's gonna do enough to beat Jack, because Jack has a lot of momentum right now. He's definitely gonna have to be getting better, especially after his last performance. But the fact that he was able to do so well against an opponent on short notice like that just tells you that he's got a lot of heart and a lot of determination, and he's got some really good resilience to be able to go in a fight like that and just, outwork him and like just beat him up like the way he did towards the end of the fight. And yeah, I think that he's just got more momentum right now. I think he's got a greater reason why he wants to get to the top of the division. And from a technical and physical standpoint, he does look like he's a better striker, or at least just a more like technical and like more like a fighter that's based on book principles. When you look at Kevin Holland, it's a bit wild, it's a bit chaotic, but Jack is just more sharp, and I think he's going to be able to find his shots better. He's got, decent defense, like he keeps his hands up, doesn't move his head too much. He'll pull shots from here and there from guys who got like shorter reaches. But I think he's going to have trouble with like Holland, because Holland has that longer reach, and obviously Randy Brown had it too. But Holland doesn't like use it that well actually. But I think at the start of the fight, it's going to give him problems getting through that reach and finding ways to attack Holland. But yeah, like I said, I think he's going to be able to find his shots a bit better. His striking defense is pretty worrying, especially with the hands. Like he was getting caught a lot in his last fight. He was putting a lot of damage on his last opponent, but I think that he was also taking a lot of shots. Like he was got caught clean, like surprisingly a lot of times, by a guy who's like on paper just a wrestler, which is pretty like alarming for when he goes up against like these guys who can mix in grappling and striking a bit more. Because if you're just going to strike, I think he's going to be expecting it. But when he's not expecting it, I think that's when you're going to be able to catch him a bit more clean. But yeah, like he's going to have to like level up his defense, because if Holland hits you, it's not going to be like how the other guy was hitting you. Like Holland has some one-punch knockout power, and not just in this weight class, but in middleweight as well. And yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think that he's at least hurt all his opponents that he's fought in his run in the welterweight division. Because most of these guys, he's finished them. Obviously, he lost to Wonderboy, but he still rocked him. But I think that, Jack has really good boxing, and I think he's going to be able to mix it up with some shots to the body at first to, kind of get that range finders. He's not going to be able to hit Holland with his jab right away. He's going to need to set it up with some body shots first and then go to the head. But yeah, I think he's going to win this fight by decision. And like I could see him getting hurt here, but I think he's going to be defensively aware enough and take his time and have that patience. No pressure fighting in front of his crowd, so that's going to be good too. But I think next, honestly, like you couldn't match him up with Ian Gary, but I think Ian Gary wants to fight Wonderboy. So if Ian Gary does fight Wonderboy, I think I'm just going to say Jack, I think Jack should fight Vicente Luque next. I think that'd be a great fight. Vicente Luque is a very tough guy. He's becoming more and more well-rounded, has a lot of power. He presents some interesting challenges for Jack. And yeah, I think that would just be a great fight. And if Prime Luque shows up, like if he fights the way he usually fights, I think that's going to be a great fight. And I think you can put that as a main event of Fight Night if Jack is like healthy and make that a main event in December.